Hello my little poplings and welcome to my channel. I'm your host, the Snake Girl, and this video we're doing some traditional art. Before we get in, I would like to show what I use. These are dual tip artist markers, 24 markers. This is kind of like a very cheap version of Copics. Instead of buying 6 for $50, that was 24 for about $30. Here's the sketch I'm basing my character off of. That was her rough draft, what she looks like, her character design, and here I'm going to draw her in a different pose. Later on in the video, I'll show you what other drawing tools I used, but those were by me at the moment, and I forgot to bring out my other ones in the beginning. Alright, let's get into this character. She lives in a like a wild west setting where basically think of True Grit, and that's where she lives. So yeah, that's about where she lives. There's magical things and such. She grew up with her family, and they run a gun shop. So she grew up around guns, being able to assemble them, disassemble them, shoot them very well. She has a magical power with her gun, so when she shoots her gun, she has a magical power, and that is when the bullet in her gun hits someone, a poison is injected into their system. So normally when she shoots to aim for someone, she shoots for veins, rather like your lungs or your heart or your head if people are shooting to kill. Here on her legs, those are extra bullets, and I realized a flaw in her character design. She has a revolver, and the bullets that I drew are shells for a shotgun. So there's a character flaw, but hey, characters are allowed to not be perfect, right? Here are the other supplies I used. I didn't end up using the Prismacolors, so I cut that out. These are the Copic sketch markers I have. They are the basic color pack. I used Micron 08 and Micron 03. However, I have several other Micron pens, as you saw. These are, I guess you could say every artist uses these. They're just like the average basic lining marker. However, I do need to get some colored and some white lining markers. That would be great. Getting bored of her hair, I moved on to her body, and let's get back into her story. So after she became of age, she grew up some, she found a husband, and they were happily married. They had a little boy, and one day they went on a trip. They went to go on a picnic, and they're in the Wild West, so like there's mines everywhere and stuff like that. And she, at the moment, is then when they went on the trip, was pregnant with a baby girl. They went on the trip and they were eating, and they found a mine, and they were like, hey, this is an abandoned mine, like let's go search, because obviously they just thought, well, it's empty now, so it's okay to go like search around in it. So they searched around and they had to take a break. She was getting tired, her little baby was kicking, she wanted to take a rest, so her husband built a fire. Little did they know, a gas leak happened, and well, because it's an abandoned mine, there's no, a canary? There was no bird to warn them, because, well, it's an abandoned mine for a reason. So basically, as soon as he lit the fire and the gas reached them, it caused an explosion. This explosion killed her husband, her son, and her soon-to-be baby girl. It also took away her hearing. And I know what you're gonna say, gosh, that's like super tragic. Why would you make a character that had something tragic? I personally like tragic backgrounds. I think To be honest, it's kind of an easy way. It's like a very cheap, easy way to cause character development, having a tragic backstory instead of just having a messed up character. However, it's not like she grew up with a tragic backstory. So in this world, there's this place called the Oasis. She does not find out about it until after the incident. The Oasis can grant you what you wish, and so she hears about it and travels with a bunch of other like cowboys and such, and they are all planning to go to the Oasis and get their wishes come true. Unfortunately, Sienna, which is my character's name, Sienna does not know that the Oasis cannot bring back the dead. So the story isn't over. I haven't decided what's gonna happen yet. Either she's gonna get to the Oasis and get her hearing back and not her family and going to be very sad and miserable, or she's going to die beforehand. Personally, I kind of think she's gonna end up dying beforehand. They do have to travel far, and there's been a lot of like monsters, not really monsters, but like evil people. There's been a lot of just evil people. So I don't know if she's gonna make it to Oasis, but if she doesn't, hey, at least she'll die somewhat happy, because she was trying instead of like living her life knowing that she can't have her family back. So yeah, that's basically her story. I've enjoyed it. I really enjoy her character. It's fun having a deaf person because she can't read people's, like, if she can't see the person, because she can read lips. Otherwise, how else would I have character convenience? So there's like a plot hole. She learned how to read lips, and it's really funny because like if somebody's facing away or she can't see them, then she has no clue what's happening, and because she hasn't been deaf for very long, I would say her family died less than a year before she heard of Oasis. I don't know, it's just very funny in my opinion. So what I did for the coloring in is I used the markers, and I haven't been using markers for long. I haven't used my Copics too often because they're just skin colors, and I've been afraid that I'll use up all the ink, which is inevitable. But so I haven't had skill with making them clean and blending them, but I think I did a pretty good job for actually having colors to blend with. For the skirt, I just kept layering and layering for it to get darker. And for the overskirt, or whatever you would like to call that, I just used the 3 gray tones and I kind of blended them together. The lighter gray was a lot lighter than I expected. Those were the colors I used for her outfit. If you care, you can pause the video and look at them. But all of those colors are in the dual pin pack that I had gotten. Here I'm going in with her skin, and at first I was like, oh man, this color is like the same color as her dress, so that's not good. I didn't expect that I was gonna make her so dark. I kind of expected the colors to be a little bit darker. Like, I've used them before, but I don't use them too often because, like I said earlier, I'm scared that I'm going to use up all the ink. Especially because it would have to be like a white person so that I can use the darker colors on the outfit. Or, I mean, I could do a black person with a pinky white dress, I guess, but there aren't really too many things that I could use solely just those colors for, unless I wanted to do that. And color pencils. I did lose some of the footage of me doing her skin, so basically I did the darker color, and then I had an even darker color from the dual pen pack, and I just kept overlaying the lighter color and the darker color and blending it all together, keeping to get that brown skin tone instead of it being kind of like tan, kind of just like an Indian person's skin tone. That's what it seemed like at first. I used most of the same colors for hair, but I did try to make her hair darker than her skin, otherwise I feel like it just would have looked wrong. So I did the lighter color that I had used for her skin, like the base color that I had used for her skin. I went with the chocolate colored pen, and I did that darkness, and I attempted to use the pen that I had also used for her skin, but it looked too much like her skin, so I took another color from the dual pen pack and went over to kind of blend the dark and the light together. Here I go in with her eyes, and when I'm done, her eyes she does look a little bit dead inside. So, because I don't have a white pen, so I scanned it onto my laptop and I cleaned up the edges and I added white. I wish I had noticed earlier that they were the wrong bullets, that those were for a shotgun. I didn't research this or anything, I just realized because, well, guns are guns and big shotgun shells aren't gonna fit in a revolver. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Here is Sienna. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I make videos every Friday. Bye!